Welcome to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Would you sleep with sick women?
I may be pregnant, but I'm still a man.
Spank the unruly ones.
It's indecent, it's vulgar, it's blasphemous.
And I write you that you can't stand up.
Come on, let's go down.
All right, keep your shirt on.
Loveline's meant for an adult audience. Loveline may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised. Here's Loveline with Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla.
Yes. Phone number, 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number, 310-854-4455. I'm Adam Carolla. That is the good doctor. To my left, that is Dr. Drew. He's a board-certified physician, an addiction medicine specialist. How are you, Doc?
I'm all right. How are you?
Good. A lot of, saw each other quite a bit over the weekend.
Yes, we better get used to that, I guess.
Worked a little on Friday, trying to line up the new gal for the MTV show.
Don't go there.
All right. Then after that, we went to the fabulous K-Rock Almost Acoustic Christmas. Big show on Friday, and then also on Saturday. Now, good show.
Yeah.
A lot of the bands, three-quarters of the bands that were on the bill were on our show at one time or another.
Right.
Everclear, Fiona Apple, Save Ferris,
Sugar Ray.
Groups like that, Sugar Ray.
Yeah, Third Eye Blind.
Third Eye Blind, okay. Ooh, Drew, look out, everybody. It's a whole new hip Drew.
Only two bands I saw the whole weekend.
Right. Well, because they forced us to see them because
That's right.
they put us up in the skybox and made us broadcast.
Yeah,
Which,
that's right.
Drew did nothing, by the way.
Thank you.
The thing...
I shouldn't even be at those things. I really
no, you shouldn't be there.
That's right.
No, unless somebody has like a
But
seizure or something.
Yeah, but it's not, I mean, I have no business there. I don't enjoy it. It's not right for me. I just shouldn't be there. I really should. I mean, I enjoy seeing everybody and everything, but that's it. I should walk in and say hi.
Right.
Have a bagel or whatever, a chip with everybody, and go home.
Did you hear the girl screaming, though, when he was introduced?
Oh, Drew?
my God.
Yeah. Drew?
Were you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, Engineer Mike was there. He started whispering in my ear while I was drunk, sitting down somewhere, and thought it was a craze fan, as it turns out. It was, but he also
Works with
is the engineer of the show. Yeah, the chicks love Drew, and Drew, yeah, you ought to do what you ought to make appearances at those events like Bob Hope doing, like visiting the troops or doing a USO show, where you just kind of blow in, wave at a few people, sign a couple autographs, and it's back into the chopper, and the chopper whisks you back away to the safety and the warmth of your hometown, Pasadena.
Yeah.
All right, anyway, so we saw some good bands, and it was a real good night. 311 was real good last night. Green Day was great. Now, did you stick around for Green Day after we introduced them?
No, I didn't. I heard.
Great show.
I heard that.
Green Day's always good live.
Yeah.
Who the hell else? David Bowie was real good.
Sugar Ray was good.
Sugar Ray and Third Eye Blind. Yeah, as a matter of fact, we don't...
Beck was good.
Everclear was good. If we don't...
Fiona was good.
All right, let's stop mentioning people because then we're going to leave somebody out.
Right.
Kiss my ass, Adam.
Right. That's Fiona, right?
Yeah.
And I ran into Poe.
I did too.
And she's a big, long, tall glass of water.
And I'm telling you, she is like a heat-seeking missile about the Coffee and Donuts project.
Yeah, she
is absolutely, categorically going to do this, and really wants to set up a time to get with us.
She's writing a cop buddy.
She wants it to be a screenplay now.
Screenplay about Drew and myself, or we'll star in it.
Yeah.
Coffee and Donuts. Let's see. You play Dr. Charles Coffee.
Right.
A renowned pathologist,
Right.
Who works
Forensic pathologist.
Pathologist who works for the CIA's pathology lab. I play
Chad Everett.
No, I'm Donetti.
Oh, Donetti.
That's where Donuts comes in.
Oh,
idiot.
Right.
I play Joey Donetti, a tough, streetwise Chicago cop who plays by his own rules, by the way. And we're forced to work on a big case together.
It starts out, it's in relation to some radio talk show fiasco.
Right, yeah, that's good. A little inside stuff there. Drew is real straight-laced. You know, he has a bow tie on, and, you know, any chance of rain, he has the umbrella out. And I'm real tough, and I wear like a beat-up leather jacket and combat boots around. And, you know, if I don't get information out of somebody, I just punch him in the gut. I punch him right in the gut. You know, Drew?
Yeah, I hear you.
It's one of these things where I'm eating a chili dog, and you're saying, do you know what's in that?
This has never been done before.
Right.
I've never heard of this.
Oh, we'll be breaking. Oh, this will be huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
I think it's got to be closer to, like, Airplane or, you know.
No. I think we
Gun or something.
play it straight. All right, anyway, so real good show. And the thing that's funny is whenever, and I've had the chance to do this a few times now, but I never get rushed like I do here on my home turf. Whenever I go to do these radio shows in Washington, D.C. or Minneapolis or something like that, they give you the mic and they go ahead and introduce the band and take your sweet time. As a matter of fact, they don't tell you any time constraint. They just hand you a mic, go out on stage, say hi to everybody, sing the dreidel song, do whatever it is you want to do. And when you're done, introduce Sugar Ray.
Here it was, 15 seconds, Adam. You'll have 15 seconds, maybe 20.
But the funny thing
the mic,
is
and then they go...
Drew was doing the two-handed wrap-it-up spool maneuver.
Yeah.
The funniest thing in the world, they go, all right, Third Eye Blind is in the last song of their set. It's an engineer guy with headphones on. I'm going to hand you, because we're not on the stage, we're on the sofa, which is in the middle of the arena, but the spotlight will hit you on the sofa, and you'll bring out Green Day. Okay, this is the end of the last song. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to hand you the mic. When we hand you the mic, we'll turn the light on. The mics will be hot. We'll cue you at that point. When we cue you, say hi, do whatever you want, wave to the crowd, and then you bring on Green Day. We got about 30 seconds, okay? Okay, And you're sitting there. The guy hands you the mics. All of a sudden, he points at you, and as fast as he can get his finger from the point position into the wrap-it-up
movement,
physicality, he's right into it. So it's like someone hands you a mic and you go, hello, L.A., and there's a guy going, wrap it up. And I'm always thinking to myself, F you! What the hell do you want me to do? I swear to you, know what I'm going to do one day? You know what we're going to do? Is God is my witness. I'm going to use the reverb. Next time we do that, Drew, and the guy gives us the wrap it up, as soon as he hands us the mic, I'm just going to go, hello, Green Day! And just run. Drop the mic and run. Now, I won't even say Green Day. I'll just go, Green Day! And just drop the mic and run.
This one got even worse, though.
Wrap it up.
So we wrapped it up in maybe 15 seconds. We sat down, and they hand you the mic back again and go.
Yeah, go again. In which case, I was like, screw you. And I'm sitting down.
That was incredible.
All right, so anyway, tons of fun.
All the more reason I think I should not be there.
Yeah. All right, but the crowd loves you. The crowd loves Drew.
It seemed like you were the one getting all the attention. I just walked right on through. No problem.
Well, I'm big time.
That's right.
The nappy hair was in full effect.
It really
I
was.
normally wear a baseball cap, but it was in full nappy effect last night. And I'll tell you later on tonight how I bought a 10-foot Christmas tree today.
For that huge living room of yours.
Yeah, and then bit off a little more than I could chew, trying to negotiate the stairs.
Oh.
I had like this 30-gallon tub that it was going to mount the tree in that I bought from IKEA. I'm convinced that the Swedes have it in for us now, and that IKEA is nothing more than an elaborate
espionage.
Yeah, it's like 70,000 foot espionage center where they they give us faulty equipment to drive Americans crazy and lead us to an early death.
Terrorism.
So anyway, the tree fell over, water was dumping out all over the place. It was really a mess. But
do you do what we do? We tie the tree to the wall. We put rope around it.
We buy a live tree.
Screw like a hook into the wall.
Oh, that's good.
And then we hook it to the wall so it doesn't fall over because we get the hugest trees and the stand is always too small. It's too light.
Buy a live tree. Then you give it back and they plant it somewhere.
All right. Screw you, Drew.
It doesn't cost much more to do that. Really.
All right. No, I'm not listening. Shut Drew's mic off, by the way, with that live tree crap. And I never buy a big tree. As a matter of fact, I never bought a tree up until 2 years ago because I never made a penny, and $35 was a pretty good chunk of change for me back in the day. But my history with trees is I come from a family, and I think I told this time last year, where my mom 1 year, or maybe it was 2 years, cut a branch off the world's... Oh, I can turn his mic back on. He's agreeing with me. Off the world's ugliest pine tree, which is... and it's known as the world's ugliest pine tree that grows in my mom's front yard. They have tours. Tours of people that have low self-esteem and a bad image walk by to see the world's ugliest pine tree. It is... All the branches are just flat, and they're not even a forest green. They're sort of a minty, brownish green, and it's flat like I don't know, like a fan.
Like a deodar
She
tree.
cut
Yeah.
the branch off and leaned it up against the wall, and we decorated it. It was like Charlie Brown meets the Manson family.
Yes.
I'm seriously crying right now.
Oh, Jesus, what that doesn't
horrible.
do
I
for
wonder
your
why he doesn't
psyche.
buy you presents every
I
Christmas, and you
know.
whine about that.
Yeah,
the
I
misery
whine.
this guy's lived through.
I get him good gifts.
Oh, yeah. Dan, I got you like a big bowl or something last
Yeah,
year.
Oh, you
didn't
and
I?
I? Let's do that again this year. Let's drop
Yes, get
together.
Ann another ball.
Let's go.
I was going to get you a frame, Adam.
Oh,
yeah.
please. Please, no friends. But I don't get trees each year. So a couple of years ago I started, but I've never gotten a big one. And now I have a high ceiling and a big window, and I thought I'm going to celebrate the year because it was a good year for me. And I'm going to get a big 10-foot tree, and I'm going to put it right up in the window for all to see. And thing tipped over, gallons of water pouring out on the floor. I had to go back to the place where I bought the tree after brashly telling them that I don't need their tree stand. I have one at home. I had to go back with my tail between my legs and buy the tree stand, and it was just a complete disaster.
Get the live tree.
Ended up having to get my router out to route off the base of the tree so that it would fit into the tree stand I got. In the living room. There's sparks flying everywhere. The thing ended up breaking. Here's
to the wall.
Here is a rule for all you folks. If the trunk of the tree is too large for the opening of the tree stand that you've purchased,
Get a new tree stand.
get a new tree
Yes,
stand.
thank you.
Yes. Do not shave down. Do not whittle down the bottom of the tree so that you can stuff it in there. That is there's
I'll
a
buy
reason why they make those in different sizes.
Have you been to his house yet, Ann? Oh, no, you got to go over there.
Julia.
You got to see what he's talking about. Julia.
Hey, you're 24.
Yeah.
You're on Loveline.
I had a question for you guys. I haven't been in a relationship for about 3 years. And
Hold on, I want to do my impersonation of a K-Rock engineer. All right, you ready? We'll just take this call again. Julia, you're 24. You're on Loveline. What's your question?
yeah.
Wrap it up. All right, I'm sorry, we're out of time. That's it. Wrap it up. Go, throw it back to the van. All right, go ahead.
Well, I haven't been in a relationship for about 3 years. And
Had you routinely been in relationships
no,
before that?
no, I
How many
haven't.
relationships you been in?
Well, I guess I've probably dated 3 guys.
How long were those relationships?
A short, very
long?
short term.
How long?
All under 2 months.
What's up with that, you think?
I don't know.
Do you want a longer relationship?
Well, when I realized that it had been a while, probably early this year.
So you didn't realize it had been, that years had been passing until a few months ago.
No.
And all of a sudden, this is the opposite of our usual caller, which is, I can't wait 5 minutes till my next relationship. This young lady says, hey, it's 1997.
Oh my God.
What have you been doing with your time?
Hey, Clinton's in his second term. You know.
I'm not sure. I guess
I mean,
I
do you have, but I mean, are you preoccupied in professional training or something? Or are you in school? Or
Well, no, I've kind of been, kind of hunting around in that department.
All right, Julia, you're not up to much of anything, are you?
No, well, I'm working about 4 jobs.
Really?
I'm busy all the time.
Why?
But I'm starting to wonder if I'm doing that on purpose.
Yes. Why? Why 4 jobs?
I don't know. That's why I'm calling. I don't know.
I mean, is there stuff that do you feel better working 4 jobs?
I think recently I'm thinking, well, maybe I don't have to worry about myself if I just keep busy.
And what is it you're worried about with yourself?
Well, there are a lot of things that you have to face when
Like what?
when you're not
Like what?
occupying your time. Well, I don't know. Like
All right, hold on a second. All right, Drew, I can't start the show with the 20 guesses.
Yeah.
Well, like what? I don't know. Well, why are you working 4 jobs? Oh, I don't know. Hard to tell. You think you're trying to distract yourself? Could be. Don't know. Julia sounds real nice.
Yeah.
We can't start the show with the hunt and pack.
Okay.
All right? Well, Julia, you stay around.
We'll go back to you.
We'll go back. We'll give you about a minute when we come back to you, but we'll move around and see if we can't get out of the gate with a little more momentum. Chad?
Yeah?
Go.
Now I got a bad feeling about Chad.
Go here.
Chad, you're 15. Drew's frantically writing down other numbers for me to push in.
Okay, I'll have 2 questions.
All right.
All right, one, okay, I was seeing this girl for about 3.5 months, and I knew her for about 6 months before we went out, and we were really good friends. We went out, I fell in love with her, she said she loved me, and she cheated on me 7 times, and and 5 of those times she cheated on me was with my best friend.
What does cheating mean?
She kissed him, she went down on him, stuff like that.
Wow.
And I let it slip.
And by the way, you don't need to explain the kiss part. You go right to the go down part.
All right. Okay.
Because Drew and I both went from, huh, to, oh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like immediately went,
it kind of scared
kiss,
me.
huh? Oh. Yeah.
It's like when you're talking about a car accident or something. You say, well, I blew a tire, but I totaled the car.
Right. Go right to the part where they had to get a cutting torch out, and the insurance adjuster totaled it.
Alrighty.
All right.
Okay. So I wasn't friends with him anymore because I just feel like he wasn't a good friend because he screwed me over, but I still was going out with her.
Why?
Because I loved her. I don't know why people ask me that. I cannot answer that. I don't know why.
Well,
I'm like whipped or something.
yeah, you're infatuated. You're in a fantasy here of some type. And she's
then-
taking full advantage of
It's not
that.
the world's greatest fantasy. She's blowing your buddy.
Right, and that's what he's missing.
Got to come up with something better than that in the fantasy department.
His fantasy doesn't include that. He's rejecting that. If he really were accepting that, he wouldn't be in the relationship. And that's why everybody's saying, well, why are you in?
Well, is there a difference between accepting something? I mean, obviously he accepts it in the sense that he's aware that it's going on, but he's not reacting to it.
He's
and
not
maybe
emotionally accepting it. He intellectually he understands it, but he really coming to terms with it, he is not.
All right, so Chad, why would you put up with this?
I don't know. I've never actually had a really long relationship. She was my first girlfriend, and I've always, I've been attracted to people very easily, and I've always started liking them really easily.
Okay.
Well, let me say that. Let me say this, Chad. First girlfriends. This is a little bit tricky, and Drew, I'm sure you'll cop to this as well as I will. First girlfriends are just that, and you don't have anything to compare them to because whatever it is, this is how they are. This is why, by the way, so many kids are in such bad shape when their parents do horrible things to them because that's all they know.
Right.
I mean, this is all they have. Their dad represents every man. Their mom represents every woman, and whatever they do to them, they're sort of doing it on behalf of society.
Right.
When you have your first girlfriend, that's just how all women are. That's how every relationship's going to be. And if she goes down on your buddy, there's a part of you that knows it's wrong, and then there's a part of you that goes, well, I guess this is just being in a relationship. You know what I'm saying to some degree?
I kind of just saying you're dumping in all the fantasies of the unresolved stuff from your primary relationships, from your family. And to the extent that that is all superimposed on top of that, you behave accordingly. You know what I'm saying? That if you're a violent, abusive, that sort of thing, that's how you react when the girlfriend does
I just
this.
mean after...
In terms of accepting what happens, yes. It's like, you don't know any better.
But you get smarter after a number. Look, it's the same thing what happens when you take your first job and your boss is jacking you around. I mean, think of the stuff that was done to you during your first job that there's no way in a second you put up with.
Right.
Today. You just know better.
Some of it is you know how to manage yourself. Some of it is you know what your worth is.
Right. Okay.
And
So, Chad,
both apply in this relationship.
It all comes back to you, though.
Yeah.
And you got to extract yourself from this relationship. She's not going to change, and he's going to go through what you kind of went through. I suspect that whole when that fantasy gets exploded on them.
Yeah. You mean years of depression?
Potentially depression, yeah. Mm-hmm. He's going to feel pretty big loss.
Yeah, but he's 15, and people are more pliable at 15. They tend to bounce back.
True, he's clingy.
Yeah.
Falls in love real easily. Taking abuse in relationships.
Right, but it's like it's like pulling a Brody on a snowboard at 15 as opposed to 35.
Yeah.
You can still get pretty jacked up, but you're up and about and back on the snowboard just a little bit faster.
Right.
Physically and emotionally.
Yes.
I think you are when I got jacked over later on in life. Heather,
Yes,
you're 20.
yes. First, I wanted to say to Dr. Drew, you inspired me to go to college.
Oh, great.
So I love you guys, and we listen to you all the time.
Thank you.
And to Adam, I wanted to say thanks to you. I am very proud of my breasts now.
Oh, good.
So
They must be big.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're kind of annoying.
Because if they're small breasts, I'd be delivering the wrong message. A dangerous message at that, Drew. So how large are your breasts, by the way?
I'm a 38C. So I used to be really embarrassed because of them. But, I listen to you guys all the time, and thanks to Adam, I really like them now.
C cup is not the world's largest cup. I mean...
No, it's not. But being a 38 makes you seem really big.
Well, because your back is big or broad?
Yeah, I have really broad shoulders. And so they tend to stick out more. I mean, my husband loves them. He thinks they're cute, but,
Yeah, like those great, Jane Russell bra ads from the 50s.
Exactly.
Oh, I miss those days. What was that? What were we thinking about as a society, like during the 50s and 60s, when women, you see those like old Natalie Wood movies, and her breasts look like someone took, two trumpet mutes. All right, wait, I better go with something a little more accessible for the kids. Like 2 number 2 pencils and just sharpened them and stood them up. Just put the eraser end against her chest and somehow sort of balance them like circus tent poles,
Right.
Pow! And nobody, like they're co-actors or they're, leading men, like no one went, holy Christ, look at that.
And there was that whole lift and separate thing. Remember that?
Yeah, it was like he had one breast under one arm and pointing straight out, and the other one was under the other arm and pointing straight out. I kind of miss that, though.
I know.
Anyway,
you're still into the vintage films, aren't you?
I love that stuff. Yeah, nothing better than that. Like
it is really a fetish for you because it is really what you saw when you were going through your stuff that your brain latches onto.
Right. Thank you. All right, Heather. So you have nice cans, and now you can enjoy them.
Yes.
All right, what's going on?
Okay. My question is that I was on Depo-Provera for a year and a half. I got off Depo in July, and my last period before that was in April, but I haven't had one since.
Were you menstruating normally on the shot, or
no, I wasn't.
Just occasionally, or what?
It was pretty much like once every 6-7 months.
Okay, and you just
it was really abnormal.
And you're still sort of on the same pattern now. Even.
I think so. I had a pregnancy test done twice, and they both came out negative.
Are you on any other medications?
No.
Your nutritional status is normal? You haven't lost a bunch of weight or anything?
As far as I know, yeah. We tend to eat pretty healthy.
Okay.
I just wanted to know if there was something I should worry about.
Not worry about, but it's a good idea to see if you can get the cycling reestablished, both for the standpoint of fertility issues, and I don't think you have to worry about anything.
Okay.
And people feel better when they're cycling normally, and you worry about circulating levels of estrogen. If those are down, it can affect your bone density, this sort of thing. So it's an important thing. Just make sure your body's back on track again. It's nothing you have to worry about. You're not in harm's way, but get it checked out. There can be other endocrine disturbances, too. There can be a sign of, like thyroid, that sort of thing, so it needs to be ruled out.
And every woman within the sound of my voice, because I'm going to try to bring this fashion back in vogue, should take the little piece of material that is between the 2 cups of the bra. I want them to add a 4-inch extension strip to that piece, and then I'll tell you where I want you to get that material. I want you to cut it out of the shoulder, the top shoulder piece, 2 inches off the right shoulder, 2 inches off the left shoulder, and then add that extension piece to the center cups. You see what that would achieve, Drew?
No, I don't get it. I'm not a...
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Visual that way. I don't understand where you get that. What time from the shoulder, even? What are you talking about? Let's go to break.
Did you just say lift and separate?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go to break.
That meant taking stuff away from the middle.
I got to yell at you during the break. Okay. I just put the headphones on. Oh, Peanut from 311. Yeah. 311 was great last night. Jesus, they sounded good. And, there's certain bands that... can you turn that extreme off, please? Certain bands where you like their music, but you kind of think, boy, that's going to be tough to pull off. 311 is one of those bands. They have like a lot of layered harmonies and, harmonies over rap riffs and stuff, and you're thinking yourself, this is something they had to do in the studio, and they had to do it track by track and then put it together.
Right.
It's not going to be easy to pull off on stage. especially considering that half the bands are drunk and stoned when they're out there. But
you made a comment about that last night too.
I did.
That you felt everybody had been getting it together, and that things seemed to be kind of.
I think drugs are on the comeback.
That was your sort
trail.
of take.
Sort of seemed that way.
Was that the audience or the backstage?
Just everybody.
There certainly were a few shining examples of that last night, weren't there?
Yeah. Well, anyway, the point is I realize these bands, no matter how loaded they are, they can perform. Yeah. I mean, absolutely. Maybe that's the way they're used to doing it. I don't know who was loaded and who wasn't. But the point is 311 sounded awesome. Didn't you hear them?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know anything about 311.
No.
Okay. It's fun to watch a concert with Drew because here's how me and Drew watch a concert, because we were forced to watch it for a couple of hours last night together. It's like, here's our behind-the-scenes commentary.
Well, first, we're pretending we're fine. we have headsets.
Yeah, Drew and I both had these headsets on that had a little built-in microphone that we could only hear each other on, and it sounded. And so we were having a little fun going, Zebra, this is Mother Goose, but and it never got tiring for us either. It was a laugh
300 times. Yeah.
But the thing about watching a concert with Drew is that here's how it goes. Here's Drew. Who are these guys? This is Third Eye Blind. We have those guys on the show? Yeah, we did. Which one did we have? We had lead singer Mark. We had DJ Homicide. Which one's he?
Sugar Ray now?
Oh, sorry. Sugar. All right. Sorry. All right, I'm moving bands here. Sugar Ray. Right. We'll go to Sugar Ray because this one's better because he did the same thing with Sugar Ray. Sugar Ray and Third Eye Blind, I think we're...
Well, then I went, oh, yeah, those are the guys from Newport.
They're pretty much
just said that.
Pretty much back to back, I think. So here's a good one. So I go, we had DJ Homicide, and he goes, which one's he? I go, he's the black guy spinning the records.
Playing the records?
Playing the records. Drew goes, what black guy? I said, there's no black guy out on stage. He's wearing a wig. He's spinning the record. Remember Andy was wearing a wig the whole time? I talked to him and his mom backstage, by the way.
Wow.
Real, both of them, real nice. But anyway, always fun to describe to Drew who we've had on the show and what they're doing. And then Drew goes, Third Eye Blind, what song do they sing? And I'm like, you know this? No, I don't know. No, I don't know. And then they go into Semi-Charmed Life. And Drew, yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm hip to this one.
I've heard this one.
Yeah.
We're trying Julia again. It's just for me.
Okay, Julia.
We're going to try again.
Oh, you're 24. Oh, we're trying you again? Gee, this seems like a mistake. All right, you're on Loveline.
Hi.
All right, you haven't dated in 3 years.
Right.
You're working 4 jobs, and you want to know what's up.
No, she's had 3 2-month relationships. She's working 4 jobs because she's avoiding certain things about her
She's never really had a long-term relationship.
And she acknowledges that she's using work to avoid something.
Are you a virgin?
No.
Mm-hmm. Are you close? Are you close to being a virgin?
Did you get that?
No.
No.
Nuh-uh.
You're right.
I think there came a point where I decided I didn't want to be one anymore, so I kind of took care of that.
Yeah, I decided that too about 4 years before I lost my virginity. That's the beauty of being a guy. I decided at age 13, enough with this virginity stuff. It's holding me down, and a good 4 years later, I was able to steal some sex. All right, so you like your dad?
Yeah, I do.
You do?
Actually, yeah.
What are these things that you were alleging or you're avoiding?
Well, I guess I wonder if I am afraid of rejection, obviously, and I think that I don't want to enter into anything unless I know it's going to work. I think that extends to all aspects of my life. I don't want to fail.
So you're risk aversive, huh?
Go with yeah.
I will never try anything unless I know that I'm going to succeed at it.
I don't know there is such a thing in life. Really, I mean,
guaranteed success.
Guaranteed anything. I mean, you have to be.
Kraft macaroni and cheese. That is guaranteed success, except for the time I got stoned and opened the cheese packet and dumped it right into the boiling water with the thing in there. I don't know if you've ever done that.
Could be an earthquake.
That's true.
You ever forgotten the butter?
I go light on the butter, but I put a little milk in there. Yeah. But I put the cheese in first, so the heat from the noodles sort of mixes it up a little, melts it. I'm hungry now.
Who are we talking to?
I can't remember. Julia?
Yeah.
All right, you don't have a real specific question, so we don't have a real specific answer for you, and I'm not trying to be an a-hole.
Let me just propose another way of approaching such intense fear of outcome, fear of failing, fear of vulnerability. And I personally find a way of dealing with it, because I'm kind of that kind of person too, is to always be prepared to manage the consequences. Always be prepared to have a backup plan to be able to manage. When you walk in, you always got to be willing to take risk in life, but it's somewhat self-soothing to think about what you're going to do depending on what the circumstances are that show themselves. Just always have plans of action to take should things not go.
This isn't really her problem. I mean, it's not about something pragmatic.
There's something much more.
Yeah, some emotional stuff going on. So we have a little therapy. Drew, stop with the chair, please. Yeah. I was like working with the C-3PO. Who's the little one?
R2-D2.
R2-D2? Oh, for Christ's sake. That's the one I thought, and then I thought, you know what, you're so Star Wars impaired that it must be the wrong answer. You got to go with the other one.
One of my kids is getting into it now, so.
No. Samantha.
Hi.
Hey, you're 15.
Yeah, my problem is that my parents divorced when I was 5, and I recently learned that the person I thought was my father might not be my father, and I don't know if I should tell him or not.
Wait, they divorced? You just found out they had divorced when you were 5?
Well, no, I knew they divorced when I was 5, but the person that I've been visiting and always thought...
Hold on 1 second. Did you guys know that Obi-Wan Kenobi was Wan?
W-O-N?
Yeah, I always thought
Not O-N-E?
Everyone says Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's Wan.
Really?
W-O-N.
I had no idea.
I was at that big SFO Schwartz, S-H-O, whatever, in New York, and saw a big sign, and there was his name, and I thought it was a typo. It's Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Interesting.
And
how do you spell Kenobi?
Who cares? The point... No, it's not... No.
It's what?
The original guy they wanted to use was Obi-Wan Valdezi. No. Obi-Wan Kenobi. But... naturally, the guy, and you know when you have these, when you have these, when you realize these things, you're always with the wrong person. I was with Jimmy.
Oh.
And Jimmy said, oh, yeah. And I said, oh, please. Oh, yeah. I said, oh, yeah, okay, you know, but everyone I know says Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yes, in fact, I've seen license plates. I've seen license plates Obi-Wan.
Right. But he's there to tell me, no, it's always been this way. Everyone knows that.
He knew it in 1974.
And he knew it in 1972 when he saw the original manuscript. All right, wait a minute. We got Samantha?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Do you think it was Obi-Wan Kenobi or Obi-Wan Kenobi?
I always thought it was Obi-Wan.
There you go.
Oh, thank God.
Now, where is your real father?
He lives in Europe. Well, I don't know where my person that my mom told me that she thinks is my dad is.
So, in other words, your mom got pregnant, then she married a guy that you've been calling dad, then divorced him.
Right.
I see. And who is the guy that she thinks was biologically your father?
He was I don't know. I don't know really who.
What was the nature of her relationship with him?
It was sort of one night stand.
And why did she decide?
Roadie chick who wanted to get in to see Electric Flag in 1978.
Yeah, it's a little before her time. It's like 1984 is what she was.
Wanted to see Flock of Seagulls.
There you go.
In 1984.
What led her to tell you this at this point in time?
It was her ex-boyfriend, and he was getting mad at her, so he told me this, and then I asked her about it.
Oh, okay.
This guy sounds like a real mature gent.
How about mom getting into all this stuff?
Oh, well, okay, but imagine this guy.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to go, I'm pissed off at your mom, so I'm going to drop the bomb on your 15-year-old.
Oh, gee.
This guy's all class.
Yeah, I really got to question mom getting involved with a guy like that.
Oh, no.
And her whole series of
no question.
Wonder Partners.
Yeah. All right, Samantha.
Yeah.
We got to go to break.
Okay.
Oh, you kidding? We just came back.
I know, because we're doing good radio, and it's really flying by. Just said that so I could see the look on Ann's face. Samantha?
Yeah.
We're going to go to break. We're going to come back, and we're going to sort out your life.
Okay.
Because, this is one of many problems.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to put a few of them to bed, all right?
All right.
All right, hang on. We'll be back.
Hi everybody, this is Art from Everclear, and you're listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
That's just art, isn't it?
That is just art. Man, I love that art. Saw Art last night
Saw
and the
both
night
nights.
before.
Yeah, I did too.
Everclear was really good last night, too. So went on kind of early, and then I saw Art, and then it's such a, we're talking about the K-Rock acoustic Christmas last night. It's just such a scene that you pass by people, you're in this like sea of humanity, you agree to catch each other later, and
never do.
Never is to be. Except for the people you really don't want to run into, and then you run into those people all night. All right, phone number 1-800-LFVE-191, fax number 310-854-4455. All right, now, Samantha here on Loveline. Well, let me just tell you what's going on. Tomorrow night we have David Arquette, the world's craziest actor, David Arquette. He's going to be in here talking about Scream 2. He was in Scream 1, and he's like the big man in Scream 2. Real nice guy, loves the show, and I guarantee a good show with David Arquette.
Yes.
Okay.
He usually shows up with other people, too, doesn't he?
Yeah, he has he is the only white man with a posse. Jamie.
He brought Minnie Driver.
Right.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He goes, can she come on? We're like, sure.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I thought they were going out or something.
They were.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, boy. If they had a kid, it would have to be taken away immediately. Really would. Oh, come on, don't give me that look, Ann. You know, listen, celebrities should not be able to get together and have kids. They really shouldn't.
Something to that.
Yeah, thank you. So David will be in tomorrow. When is Minnie Driver coming back on the show, for that matter, since she only came in when she was dragged by David Arquette?
I'll work on that.
Thank you. Jamie Kennedy, who was like the last guy alive in Scream, the first one, who's also in the second Scream, who we also had on the TV show, I believe, is a nice guy, is going to be in probably on Tuesdays, flying in from Baltimore, and there's this and that and the other, but he should be in on Tuesday, so it's a big 1-2 punch with the Scream. Wednesday's open, and then Thursday is John Hyatt. John Hyatt is a name that some of you may not know, but is a name I certainly know. He's a guy I have all but, well, let's say worshipped is a good way to describe it. Since I started listening to him on K-Rock about 1979.
Wow.
Back when they used to play just about anybody. He's gone on to be one of the more prolific songwriters, and he's one of these guys who's constantly gets, you know, like when Rolling Stone does their readers poll, and they always pick like Prince as the top male vocalist or songwriter, or John Cougar Mellencamp or some idiot like that. John Hyatt always makes it on the critics' list for singer, songwriter, or vocalist, or whatever. For my money, with no hyperbole here, I would say the best songwriter of the last 15 years.
Wow.
John Hyatt, absolutely. And I'm going to go see him Friday night at the Wiltern, and I'm going to scream like one of those girls in the old Beatles footage, file footage things. Yes, I love this man, and I'll be, I got into radio to meet John Hyatt, so I'll be looking forward to that. Samantha?
Yeah.
Okay, so mom had an affair.
All right, Samantha doesn't even sound right, does she?
Yeah, well, Samantha's obviously been through a lot.
Oh, boy.
Mom married another guy, then divorced him. She allowed you to be raised and grow up to this point under the assumption that that was your biological father.
Right.
And you have another stepfather, too?
Not. She hasn't gotten remarried since then.
Okay. And it sounds like a pretty chaotic life. Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Are you in school?
She found out because the mom's present boyfriend got mad at mom and dumped this on the daughter.
Right.
Which
deserves the boot of justice
swiftly
in the groin of guilt.
Yeah,
and just guys like that just need to be I don't know how else to deal with them other than just a boot in the nards.
I mean, he is behaving like a 12-year-old.
Oh, my God.
Quite literally.
All right, so is this guy out of the picture, by the way, the guy who told you about your real dad?
No, not really. I mean,
still around?
Yeah, he has another wife, too.
Oh,
he's
very
great.
nice, very nice. What's with your mom?
I don't know. She grew up in Japan. She was raised really proper. Hadn't seen another guy until she came to America. But,
Is she Japanese?
Been making up for it since.
Yeah.
She Japanese?
Yeah.
I see.
All right, so here's the deal, Samantha. You're 15, I don't think you're going to be able to do anything about finding your real or biological dad in Europe at this stage
Don't
of
see
life.
where it serves any purpose.
No.
At all?
Can't see it helping anything.
No.
I could certainly see you wanting to pursue this later on in life at some point for some, whatever emotional curiosity it would satisfy. But at this point,
don't do it.
It seems to me that it's going to be a distraction.
Add to the chaos.
Probably disappointment.
Yeah, add to the chaos and not serve any purpose. So try to create as much structure in your life, rely on friends, try to get some close friendships together so you can sort of weather the stormy seas that your mom is navigating and not rely on her to be that support for you. Okay?
And you're in school, you get get okay grades?
Okay.
Okay.
Focus on school. That's much
just
more important.
Get decent grades. Take the SAT. Cheat if you have to.
Get out of there.
Get out of there. Go to college somewhere. And then, when things start to settle in with career and all that kind of stuff, then go ahead and check this one off the list.
When last night at the concert, met one of the guys that you had chastised about junior college. I was just thinking, you could have told her, well, if there's a financial problem, go to junior college and then get a pathway into one of the universities.
Right.
And this guy had gone on to Yale Architecture School, remember? Sculpting School, excuse me.
The Looney's a tune, though. The guy was, he reminded me of like some kind of Vietnam veteran.
All right,
nice guy.
Yeah.
Went on a little too long about what I needed to do to improve the TV show, which is always, listen, all you a-holes who I run into with all your notes about what I need to do to improve the show, shut the F up. Trying to drink a beer, eat a pretzel, and bang my head. I don't need to have every public appearance turn into a goddamn closed-door producers meeting or something.
As though we have any power to do anything.
Jesus Christ, yeah, I'm walking around with a beer in my hand just trying to enjoy the concert, and I got to get everyone's 2 cents. Please. It's like, Liz, I'm just some idiot trying to make a buck. Leave me alone, all of you. All right, anyway. Nice guy, invented Legos or something.
Something like that.
Something like that.
Zoobs.
His girlfriend was great.
Is that his girlfriend? No, they were work together.
Yeah, his girlfriend, or the girl he worked with, who was equally sort of brilliant and nutty at the same time, said, like many people do who speak to Drew and myself, hey, listen, I hate to interrupt. Don't want to bug you. I know you guys get bothered all the time, but we just want to say hi, fans of the show, and appreciate what you're doing. By the way, Adam, during the TV show, there's seems to be the audience is an unnecessary factor in that, and you go back and forth with Drew just a little too much. You'd be better off getting in and out of the calls just a little faster. And but then the chick pipes up and says to Drew, hey, can I use your cell phone?
That's right.
Drew hands this strange chick her cell phone. And she gets on the phone. She's calling her sister, telling her that she's at the concert and can't make this or that. So the people that, didn't want to take up any of our time and, all this kind of stuff. Now I'm being criticized roundly by one of them for my performance on the TV show. And the other one's using Drew's phone. And we're standing around and I say, listen, we got to get out of here. We got to go not bring out Green Day or something or whatever. So we start to leave, and she's still on the phone, and then she says, here, talk to Drew. Then hands the phone to Drew, and then Drew and I walk away from the two. Nice to meet you. And Drew's now talking to this woman's sister. He's never spoken to before in his life as we're walking backstage at the amphitheater. And Drew chats for a while and then says, okay, we'll see you. Did she have some question or something?
Yeah.
Oh, it was like something personal?
Yeah.
Okay.
What was it?
Yeah.
We don't know her. You don't know her.
Not worth the quoting.
Oh.
All right. It was still pretty funny to have someone not want to impose and then ask
People are so strange.
to use your cell phone.
They were very
and then hand the phone over to Drew and talk to the sister. Yeah, they were both nice. Smart, nutty, nice. But
interesting combination.
I was ready to move on, yeah. Vivian.
Yeah.
You're 18.
Yeah.
What's going on there?
I was dating this guy for 5 months, and 2 weeks ago we got in this huge fight because we went over to his ex-girlfriend of 2 years. We went over to her house, and they sat out in the garage for 45 minutes talking, right, while I was sitting in her house.
While you were sitting in the house?
Yeah, and I was just like, okay, no big deal. They're just trying to make up, because she's a total psycho. She tries to beat me up all the time.
This already is way out of line.
Oh, yeah, so I totally avoid her, right?
Yeah, but you were sitting in her house while they were in the garage?
Yeah, and
Please.
Well, they were like...
Well, all right, but let's just say he went over there to clear the air a little bit.
Why did he bring Vivian?
He asked me. He's like, can we go over there, because there's nothing going on? And I was like, yeah, that's cool. He's 22, so he's older than me. And I was like...
How old is she?
She's like 19, but the thing is she's got this stupid ID, so she can go to bars with him, and I don't go, So I don't know what's going on. Anyway, so I'm sitting in his house, we leave, and I'm like, okay, no big deal. And I told him, I was like, that really irritates me that, you left me in there.
Yeah.
So, I live out by Seattle, so it's like totally pouring rain. He leaves me on my road that I live on. I walk home in the rain, because, I got out of the car to him like an idiot.
What? Why?
Because he was just driving like 60 miles an hour around like...
You guys were fighting over this whole...
And I was just like, yeah, just leave me alone, So, so he calls me and everything, and he's like, I don't want to talk to you, whatever, So I'm like, okay.
All right.
So I go to his house the next day. This is the day before my birthday.
Oh, hold on a second. We got to go to break.
Alrighty.
All right, but listen, this is gripping. Well, hold on. We'll go to break, and we'll finish this one off. Oh, boy. So I'm sitting in her house, and I'm like, whatever. And he, comes back, and he's like, whatever. And then so I'm like, whatever. So then we're driving down, and we're going, 60.
So
and I say, get out of the car. And he's just like, fine. So I'm like, whatever. So I'm out of the car. And then he calls me the next day, and he tries to, apologize or whatever. So I'm like, whatever. And it's cool. And then, it's like, I'm waiting to say, so then he takes, a rusty sprinkler key. And he
rips my intestines out.
Rips my intestines out. And I'm like, whatever with the intestines. And then he's like, sorry. But you can tell he's more like whatever than sorry. Vivian's she's pretty hang loose, this Vivian. I like this. I like to date someone like this. So then I walk 60 miles home in the rain, but I'm like, whatever. And he calls, and he's like, whatever. All right, we'll be back. Fat Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. It's Dr. Drew. And we will be back in 10 seconds. Hello there. It is Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. The show is Loveline. No guest tonight. The fabulous David Arquette and friends will be in tomorrow night to talk about Scream. David Arquette is the brother of the other Arquettes. Amanda and Betty Lou, or not the... Rosemary, Roseanne, and what's the other Arquette sister? Patricia, who was really on fire career-wise about 3 years ago, and I haven't heard that. I think she got pregnant and met somebody or something, dating somebody famous or something like that.
Nicolas Cage.
Oh, they married?
Married.
Oh, okay. Is she done less work and become more of a mother or something like that?
I don't think she had a baby.
Was she in a movie with him? Was she in that last The Rock with him? Was that her?
Maybe no. I don't think that was her. But anyway, all right. It's beautiful. All right, anyway, David Arquette will be in here. And then on Tuesday we'll have Pam Arquette, which is their mom. No. Okay. Where are we going, Drew? What is that, 5? Vivian?
So Vivian's back.
Okay, so you're 18.
And whatever.
Okay. So I don't like this guy. Sounds like a pain in the ass. Why don't you just move on?
Well, what happened is he slept with his ex-girlfriend 3 times.
3 times?
Well, he came over my house on Thanksgiving, and he had this huge hickey on his neck, and I was like...
Vivian.
Okay, listen. Anybody gets a hickey's retarded. Listen, I hate to say that. I know it's a sweeping generalization and all that stuff. Anyone over 16 who shows up at the house, a 22-year-old man who shows up at the house with a hickey on Thanksgiving, he's just a retard. Forget it. Get rid of it.
Why can't she deal in reality?
I don't know. Vivian.
Yeah.
What world are you living in? Why can't you deal with reality here?
Oh, I totally do. The thing is that he just is like... he used to smoke pot every day, and he totally quit smoking pot because I was against it. But he's doing all this stuff now.
Vivian.
Make it up, yeah.
All right, that's enough of him.
What is the reality here?
So you're just pretty much telling me just this?
Yeah.
We're not pretty much telling you. We're not saying whatever.
Okay.
We're not saying whatever, but we're saying get involved in reality here. Reality is not about whatever. Reality is about the fact that this guy's an abusive a-hole. He's mistreating you. This is a horrific situation. You should be outraged that anybody could treat you like this, and you get out of that.
And he's 22 and has a hickey. So I can't even, the only time, let me tell you what a hickey is for. I never really thought much about this. There's nothing that feels good about a hickey. Having somebody, suck on a part of your body till capillaries break and blood is drawn to that area.
Yeah.
Not necessarily a pleasurable experience. Wait a minute, let me think of one part. Yeah, okay. With the exception of one part. You know that part. The reason you get a hickey and the reason you do it in junior high, it's like a badge of honor. Hey, look at this. Yeah, pull the old collar down from the turtleneck, show the guys in the locker room who are 13 and 14, and hard up as the day is long, and they understand that even though you achieved it using a shot glass and a book of matches, they still think that you got yourself a little nookie last night, right? That is what this is for. So the hickey is to prove that you've been with someone. And the reason you don't see hickeys on adults and even later teens is because there comes a point in your life where you actually don't want people to know you've been with people.
Right.
That's what happens as you become an adult. You spend your entire, early years, 13, 14, 15, trying to convince everyone you've been with someone. And then here comes 22, 23, and you're trying to explain to everyone that you've not been with somebody, especially your current girlfriend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why you'll see less hickeys per capita on 22-year-old guys than you will on 13-year-old guys.
Yes.
Am I right, Drew?
Or whatever.
All right, so when you have a 22-year-old with a hickey, that means his driver's license may say 22, but he has the brain of a 14-year-old.
Correct.
And basically, that's how it is with all people, no matter how old they are. Whatever it is they like, it means that's where their brain is. I put this theory together some years ago, and it's brilliant. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
so your taste,
here's what I'm saying.
Your taste determined your level of emotional development.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And here's the example I use. And we know we have time to talk because Ann and Engineer Mike are enthralled in some sort of a video game over there. But Ann, you can...
We're looking at a guest that's coming up.
Okay, I'm sorry. You're doing Loveline homework. You can appreciate this. You know how you see a guy or a girl. For girls, it may be some sort of fashion thing. For guys, it's fashion too. But for me, I always notice it with, like, cars. You see some guy, and he's driving down the street. He's got himself a mini pickup truck, and it's lowered, and it's got about $40,000 worth of stereo equipment in it, and this, that, and the other, and it's got, it says Huggy Boy and Gothic Riding on his door, and it's got Chi-Chi Girl on, because that's his bitch's name, and anyway.
I like the silhouette of the girl with the big boobs.
Right, the chrome chick,
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Now, you look at this car, and you say, Jesus Christ, that guy's driving that car. He's 26 years old. It looks 26. Maybe he's 24, whatever. And then you look at the car, and you go, that's the kind of thing that I could see myself being into when I was like 13.
Yeah.
I would have thought that was boss. As a matter of fact, I would have made a deal with the devil that I would have driven that mini truck every day for the rest of my life at age 13. But then you notice the guy behind the thing, there's a child seat on the passenger side, and the guy's smoking a Marlboro Red, and you're thinking, this guy's in his mid to late 20s. And then you go, what's he thinking about?
Right.
And then you realize his brain is where your brain was when you were 13.
Yes.
That's why he's digging it now at 27. And you women, and not that fashion is solely a woman's thing, but I think it should be, quite honestly. But the point is when you see Ann, Sherry, Lisa, when you see some woman who's put together some outfit or whatever, and you say, geez, that's something you could see yourself getting really into or even wearing when you're 14, 15 years old, but not at her age, at 28 or 30. Realize her brain is in the same spot your brain was at when you were 14 or 15.
Right.
And by the way, Fiona Apple's brain was in that spot when she was like 9. 9 months. Just out of her mom or something. But different people's brains go in different times. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, hers accelerated.
Right.
At 9 months, she was 20.
Right. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Okay. I have no idea.
So people can move ahead, too, as well as behind.
It can be done.
Yes.
It doesn't happen very much, but like Doogie Howser.
Yes.
I don't know if that was based on anything real. No, it wasn't based on anything real because the guy wasn't, he wasn't Asian, the kid who played the actor. No white kid skips 14 grades. We all know that, please. And that's not making fun of the Asians, by the way. That's complimenting them. So please. London.
Yeah.
You're 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Hey, did you get my little theory there, London?
No, what was it?
Okay.
Oh, is this Adam?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got your theory.
Oh, cool. What's going on there?
I was wondering what the long-term effects of Vicodin were.
What do you mean the long-term effects?
Long-term, like, I've been doing it for about, 6 months, probably, like, twice a week.
Vicodin's just a pretty powerful painkiller.
Yeah, it's an opiate, and it causes a profound form of addiction.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, I just...
It's the same thing as shooting heroin, basically.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same addictive disease.
Only it's a lot easier to get.
And it's by mouth instead of shooting.
What's it make you feel like?
Oh, it makes me feel great.
So...
is it kind of like a Quaalude or something?
No, it's opiate. Well, people who have family history of alcoholism have a very intense euphoria when they're exposed to opiates. And so I would suspect there's a family history of alcoholism somewhere in your background. Is that accurate?
No.
What's your ethnic background?
American, Mexican.
Check out your family history, because there is usually, when people are having that much of a euphoria from the drug, and when they feel that well served by the drug, it usually suggests a certain biology.
Lennon, how'd you get hooked on or started with the Vicodin in the first place?
Well, my friend, his dad's a physician, and he has lots of samples,
Candyman.
Like tons and tons of samples, and so we just started, and he said that it felt good, so he gave me a bunch of them, like, we ended up, I do it, 3 times when we dose it.
And you take, 3 pills?
Yeah, 3.
Well, there's a lot of Tylenol in there, and one of the things you can do is shut your liver down by taking a bunch of Tylenol, so that's one of the long-term.
Oh, there's a lot of Tylenol in Vicodin?
Yeah.
It's
Why? It's complex in with it. It's just enhanced pain.
But what happens to you, in the long term?
You can die of addiction.
Really?
Addiction is it is the most serious form of addiction that there is, the opiate dependency. And once it develops, there's no going back. It is a conditioning of the reward centers of the brain, from which there is no turning back. There is only the potential for recovery and treatment.
I never get anything good. I've never done a Quaalude. Never got any good pain meds, anything like that. None of those Elvis drugs. Although I did go out and get some pain medication and some penicillin for my swollen jaw.
Oh, yeah.
It's
down a little bit.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it is. I got the $3,800. $3,800. You'd think the dentist would have left his effing watch in my mouth for 30. That's what I want, by the way. I go to a dentist and I pay $3,800 for them to do stuff.
At least put a little radar device
I want to leave a Rolex in there. It's something, some piece of equipment.
Something you can excavate at some point.
Other than that sharp piece of cardboard you have to bite down on for the when you stuff the refrigerator box in your mouth and hold still for the X-ray. Right. But anyway, it is now for some reason a month and a half after the procedure started swelling up. I think that's because the insurance hasn't paid yet, and that's what I would do if I was a doctor. I'd put something in there for about a month or 2 after the procedure. Stuff started going awry, and I could easily counteract that with the proper medications if, in fact, you had paid me off. And I think that's what's going on, because I got to go back in there tomorrow. Willow.
Yeah.
You're 17.
Hi.
Hey.
I'm sorry, I was almost asleep. Okay, my boyfriend is a senior with me in high school, and we have 2 completely different, family lives. His mother's been married 3 times and has, children with each father, and my parents are still married. But anyway, my boyfriend's real father left him and his sister, 2 years ago, about the same time I came into the picture. And I've been helping my boyfriend fight, alcohol and drug abuses left and right. About 3 weeks ago, my boyfriend's dad, for the first time, we met him at the karaoke bar where he was working. And,
he works at a karaoke bar?
Yeah.
Is it karaoke or karaoke?
Karaoke.
Karaoke is a little frog figure that's very popular, like Hello Kitty.
People call karaoke too, don't they?
It works color that, so that's why I got it.
It's
supposed to be karaoke.
Karaoke.
Okay.
All right.
Well, they were.
That's like when Eric Estrada on a Bad Chips episode would pronounce karate. That was great. Yeah. Oh, it was a great episode where he was teaching the ancient art of karate. Danny Bonaducci, I think, was in that one, by the way. All right. So anyway, Willow.
So
Okay.
you met his dad
Yeah. I
at
met
this
his
bar.
dad. Yeah, for the first time. And him and his dad, they were singing karaoke together. And like a few hours later, after my boyfriend had been drinking, he just like blew up and he just started crying and punching his father.
Oh, that's got to be embarrassing during the right in the middle of a trailer for sale or rent. God damn it, Dad!
Yeah, it was kind of like that.
What song do What song do they sing?
They sang "I Believe."
Everlasting Love, huh?
No, I believe I can fly.
Wait, who is that? Who's that?
That's from a movie or something, isn't it?
It's I don't know.
Oh, that Bette Midler song, is it, or is that
No,
Win?
it's I don't know.
Who sings that song? Well, how's it go? Come on, Willa, because I really want to picture it. Come on, give us a little bit of that.
I don't know. It just says.
You know. Come on, here we
I
go.
believe I can fly. Like that. It's a song.
I don't know what that one was. What the hell kind of duet is that?
I don't.
I'd do "Don't Go Breaking My Heart" if I was with my dad, right? He'd be Kiki D and I'd be Elton John.
Yeah, or don't
That should
leave
be some
me or
Captain
something
Tennille
like that.
song.
Yeah, Captain. We'd do "Muskrat Love." And all right. So anyway, he got drunk. He freaked out a little bit.
Yeah, completely. And he started like punching his father.
Right.
And then the next week on Saturday, he ditched me to go drink with his dad.
Mm-hmm.
And he ended up sleeping over there and he got high.
Willow, there's nothing.
got high
You
with Dad,
can't.
too?
Look, you can't fight this.
No.
He has got a very sick father,
I know.
and he has got a gene.
I know. Because
But worse than the gene is this sick dad. I'm telling you something. The gene's manageable compared to this dad. And the dad is endorsing his substance use, and you are not going to be able to change that, especially at this age. Certainly you can support what is healthy and good for him. You can educate him about the consequences of continued exposure to these substances. But, boy, this is a guy with a lot of heavy issues, a lot of chaos in his life, and you're really sort of opening yourself up to quite a wild ride here. Make sure this is really what you want to do. If it really is what you want to do, and you want to do it in a healthy way, you'd actually have to go to Al-Anon or Alateen, something like that, and try to get some support and work a program for yourself to try to maintain appropriate boundaries in this what will be a very chaotic, enmeshed relationship.
I was sitting at a Fat Burger last night about 2:30 in the morning, drunk.
Seriously?
Yeah, after the K-Rock Acoustic Christmas event.
Yeah.
And the dregs of society, they all file into whatever place is open.
Yeah, including yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, here's how it works. There's the place you want to eat. You really want to eat at was closed at 10.
Whatever happened to Noggles anyway?
No, it wasn't Noggles, but I don't know. Del Taco bought them or something. And that way they wouldn't have to change anything.
Right.
No, hey, leave the beans. We're just changing the sign. The place you wanted to eat at closed at 10. No, actually, here's the pecking order. The first place you wanted to eat at took reservations. Second place you want to eat at closed at 10. The third place you want to eat at closed at midnight. The fourth place you wanted to eat at
is open.
Closed at 2 a.m.
Ooh.
And the fifth place you wanted to eat at, which is Fat Burger, open 24 hours.
There you go.
And a whole bunch of other people that wanted to eat at a whole bunch of other different places, they swallow their pride.
So it's crowded?
And they head into Fat. Oh, it's crowded. That's the beauty. Like I remember going to Jack in the Box when it was open.
Let's go downtown to the pantry.
Jack in the Box would be open all night. It'd be more crowded at 3:30 in the morning on a Saturday night than it was, at lunchtime because McDonald's was open too. But the point is we took a jukebox, we put on the song Sky High by Jigsaw and had the entire place singing to it.
Oh.
And Engineer Mike, if you can find You've Blown It All Sky High by the band Jigsaw at some point tonight, I would really, really get some wood for that at this point. Okay, see what you can do. And we'll see if we can't do a little Loveline karaoke. I mean, karaoke. I don't want karaoke. All right. Scott? Hey, Engineer Mike, do you think you can find that? Yeah. Oh, you have it at home. Oh, that's hot. Hey, David, turn it down. I'm annoying myself.
Turn your radio down, David.
It's going to take 10 seconds to get to this point.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, Ann, you know Jigsaw and Sky High? You're blowing it all sky high by telling me a lie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hot. Hot at Fat Burger about 2:30 in the morning.
Wow.
They had that place rocking.
David.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I just had a question for Dr. Drew.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 16, and I also am bisexual male, and I wanted to, ask you a question about why it's sort of hard for me to find someone else around my age category who also share the same feelings that I have. So I've been having, a lot of difficulty dealing with that within the last few years, in fact.
What is the difficulty you're having?
Just like the people who I associate with in high school and stuff like that, they're all straight mainly. And I don't know. I mean, I have an idea that some of them may be going opposite directions or whatever, but it's like I don't really know for sure.
And so what is the issue that you're having trouble dealing with?
Well, it's like, I can find girlfriends, but I don't want a girlfriend.
Why? Why?
Well, wait a minute, David. Let me ask you a quick bisexual question.
Go for it.
I believe a lot of women truly are just bisexual. They love women, they love men. I believe that men are bisexual for the transition period between heterosexual and homosexual. They're like, well, they're still kind of heterosexual, but this new homosexual thing is starting to flood in. So they're technically bisexual for that period, but eventually they go all the way. They're still in the half-mo phase, as I'd like it.
Well, I mean, it seems acceptable, for females. I mean, I see females walking around holding hands all the time.
Oh, especially these days. We stand up and applaud.
So that's why I'm exploring with you.
You go down to, Santa Monica to the promenade, and you see it all night long.
That's why I'm exploring what the issue is with you. It is that you have trouble finding support for yourself at a time in which you're having same-sex feelings.
Correct.
So you want other people. Have you gone to any gay and lesbian youth centers?
Actually, I don't know of any. I mean, all the ones I know of, it's adults. And it's I don't want to go out with anybody that's older than I.
I'm not talking about for social reasons. I'm talking about for counseling and support. I mean, most of them have outreach programs for young people. I would suggest you avail yourself of that. And this is really not about bisexuality, right? I mean, bisexuals don't have to date bisexuals. I mean, if you're bisexual, you can date a heterosexual female or a homosexual male.
This is the beauty of being a bisexual, by the way.
Or a bisexual female.
Yeah, it's like being a dog. You can hump anything.
But you're saying
beanbag, chair, a pillow, a woman, a man, it doesn't matter.
And this is sort of what Adam's picking up on. You're saying you don't want a girlfriend, you want a guy. And if that's what you want...
Right, but it's sexually, sexually I'm attracted to a female, but I would want something to, share a relationship with a male.
Wait a minute. David, you and I are on the same page here. Sexually, I like women, but who would I rather go hanging out with? Oh, man. If a guy only had a vagina, Drew. Can you imagine how great that would be?
I'm not sure you could function without breasts.
Oh, yeah, them too. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Oh, setting up that Christmas tree would have been so easy with my gay lover today. Instead, I had my girlfriend trying to drag the thing up the stairs with me. It was a disaster. All right, David. Listen, yeah, I'm with Drew. Go to the Gay and Lesbian Youth Center. Get a little counseling.
Well, and find some people.
Pick up some guy playing caroms over there or something.
But the kind of counseling that I'm looking for him is just to have somebody to share with him and support him for things that they've experienced when they were at the same age.
Okay. We'll be back. Uh-oh. What's that look for? Oh, okay. Hey. What shows it? What the hell? What does that look for? All right.
What are you guys doing?
I don't know what's going on. Everyone over there has
Why are you guys so worried about it?
Everyone's got a big ass-eating grin over there, and I always think there's going to be something embarrassing coming.
Yeah.
Never.
All right. Here's what we're going to do. You missed a funny conversation in there, which is Engineer Mike lives really close to the station, and he wants to run home and get his best of the 70s.
He's showing Lisa how to run the board.
CD collection, right, which the song Jigsaw, the song Sky High by Jigsaw's on, because it's something I was singing at a Fatburger last night at 2:30 in the morning. And in fact, pretty much got the whole Fatburger singing along with me, because anyone who's at a Fatburger on a Saturday night at 2:30 in the morning, loaded.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, you know how like cops hang out in front of bars and stuff like that trying to get drunk? Go to the Fatburger about 2:30 in the morning. There's where you make the real arrests. Believe me.
In-N-Out is no different.
In-N-Out's not bad either, and that's good because they're right in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to worry about
You don't have to pull them over.
Yeah, they're already in the car.
Yeah, you just
stay at that drive-through. Just
I put the breathalyzer. I have them blowing the breathalyzer right as they got to the cashier.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so we're all singing this song now. Engineer Mike has this thing on CD. It's at his apartment. He was trying to convince Lisa to go get it. Lisa refused. I think she was scared of what she might find in Engineer Mike's bachelor pad.
Well, not to mention he's sending her out in the night in Culver City.
Right. Well, he seemed pretty. And then when she refused, he was asking Sherry to do it. And of course, Sherry refused. But I think it was more fear of the hamper than gang members.
I see.
If I was reading Lisa right. You know that thing when you're walking around someone's apartment and they didn't have time to prep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is my ultimate nightmare, by the way. Somebody coming into my room or house without me giving the place the once-over.
Prepping.
You know what I'm saying?
Both the girls looked frightened. And you know what? I'm just really not comfortable with that.
They did, but you know,
I'm not gonna do
the
that.
thing is when the person is begging you to do it, it means that it's probably squeaky clean, or there's a big pit by the front door with many other phone ops and screeners. just growing old down there. All right. Oh.
Well, Lisa, why don't we play a song right now?
No. Don't screw with Lisa. Now, Lisa's behind the board, or I should say on the board, and Engineer Mike is running home to get his thing. So Lisa's the engineer, and she knows what she's doing. I try to stay away from using the F word until Engineer Mike gets back.
Well, you've got your blue.
Oh, I do?
Too, yeah.
Okay. You cool? You want to try Drew Drop or something? Yeah. All right.
Angela, here we go.
Lisa's going to town.
Angela?
Oh, hi.
What's up? Angela's asleep.
Not much. Not going great. Okay, I have, like, this boyfriend, and my mom really doesn't like him at all. And I think it might have started, like, over the summer. Like, I was talking to him on the phone, like, kind of late. And we were talking about how, like, I don't really know my real dad, and I have a stepdad. But, I mean, you know, my life's great. You know, I mean, my stepdad's not bad or anything.
Whatever.
Yeah. And I've always wondered about my real dad. I wanted to know what he looked like, or if I looked like him, and just stuff like that.
We're just all over the place here. That's why I said.
Listen, take it from someone who's actually lived with their biological parents for the first 18 years of life.
You're gay.
That's true. It's a disappointment.
They're doing a touchdown dance and they're having...
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, thanks for ruining that joke. But the point is Lisa's first drop, everybody. And her last, by the way. No, she's doing a wonderful job. Oh, Engineer Mike's back. The point is your real parents, always a disappointment.
Did you start saying something about your boyfriend?
Yeah. Well,
you started out with that.
Okay, well...
You went all the way from your boyfriend, your mom not liking him, to your real father.
All I know is Jigsaw is in the house, so we better get to the question. Okay. What is the question, Angela?
I don't know what to do, like, with my mom. She won't let me see him, and I really love him.
Your boyfriend. Why does she hate him?
Because he called my real dad for me, and, so I decided to call my real dad back, and I didn't really want to tell my mom about it. So, I finally ended up telling her, and she was like, she was really, really pissed off at my boyfriend for doing that.
Before that, she liked him?
Huh?
Before that, she had liked him?
She tolerated him.
What is the problem with him as she sees it?
She nitpicks everything. He doesn't make the best grades in the world, and...
How old is he?
He's 16.
And what's he into?
And she found out that I'm not a virgin anymore, and so...
Because of him? With him, right? You lost your virginity.
Yeah, okay, we're going to hang up on you, Angela. All right, listen, you got to speak when you're spoken to.
You lost your virginity to him?
Yes.
Okay.
And I ended up telling her that I shouldn't have done that. Right. Well, she'd always told me, come to me if, you ever do that, and I'll put you on...
That's a ploy, believe me. That's like when the cops pull you over and go, seriously, I've drank a few and driven. What do you have? So, 3-4 beers? Seriously, just go, and you go, You know, man, yeah, is it a bachelor party? I like five. Okay, now you're out of the car and spread eagle. Immediately, 10 seconds within divulging that information to them. All right, Angela, I still don't understand Angela's question, although I'm so excited about Sky High. Angela's been mumbling on the phone for the last 3 minutes. Is she having problems with her boyfriend? Or her mom doesn't like her boyfriend?
Let her see the boyfriend because the boyfriend helped her contact her real father.
Mm-hmm.
And mother already didn't like the boyfriend, and she lost her virginity to this guy, and I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what to say. I don't know what we can say. Guy doesn't sound like a real prize, but she really cares about him, and she has to respect him.
I'm done.
I don't know.
Jigsaw's in the house. That's all I'm saying. You know, I realize K-Rock has never played Jigsaw. Oh, they'd go nuts if they heard it. And so would all the other radio stations were on. They would go absolutely insane if their alternative format was screwed up by 1977's Jigsaw doing Sky High. But come on, Mike. I want to hear some of this. Can we sing 1975? Oh, Drew was right. You called 75, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
All right, let's see if we can sing along a little. All right, it's 2:30 in the morning. And you know how when you're really drunk,
the xylophone.
You really get into stuff? Fat Burger.
This is before the days of electronic music, too.
It's great when you're loaded, you're eating a chili dog, and you're doing the echo effect. Bum, bum, bum. I gave you love. I thought that we could made it to the top. I gave you all I had to give. Why did it have to stop? You've blown it all sky high. Let's just dig the song for a second. You've blown it all sky high. The El Salvadorian short order cook behind the counter was not thrilled.
I'm just imagining you singing like this when you were 17, with your headphones on, thinking that it sounded good, singing along with the headset. There must have been 100 songs that sounded exactly like this that year.
Yeah, had that great shaft guitar in it
too. It's a little disco-y, yeah.
Yeah, and this is sort of pre-disco.
Yeah, but this is disco. This
is 75 though.
Yeah, but this is where that all started.
All right, pot it up, Mike. Come on, let's bring it home. I gave you love. I thought that we had made it to the top. I gave you all I had to give. Why did it have to stop? You blow it. That's that wappa, wappa, wappa guitar. By telling me a lie without a reason why. You blown it all sky high. You blown it all sky high. Oh, the horns. Do you hear that? Oh, yeah.
Are we done yet?
Almost. You've blown it all sky high. There's a little thing where he said could have touched the sky coming up.
We can do that.
It's right here. Now here it is. All right, Mike, come on. Oh, wait a minute. What happened to the touch the sky part?
Another version of it.
That was the drunken jukebox, 2:30 a.m.
There probably was not a worse period in music history.
I know, but
this was the dogs.
You're crazy.
No,
you still dig that, don't you, Drew?
This was the
Come
dogs
on.
playing poker period of American music history. This is it.
Awesome.
No, you know what it is? You know what it is? This is the Twinkie time of music, which is not good by any standards. If you gave a Frenchman a Twinkie, he would ram it into your a-hole.
But it tastes good.
But man,
But it's a Twinkie.
And you don't want to live off of them. But once in a while, when you're good and stoned, they're just nothing like
right.
it. Man.
And it was fun. And
Oh, you weren't alive. you weren't there. I can tell. You were 4.
All
I
right.
was dancing in my crib.
All I know is we have. Well, you're up on your feet by then. We have Engineer Mike to thank for that little flashback.
You know, it's on the
Jigsaw.
same compilation as Convoy, if that tells you anything.
C.J. McCall.
You bet.
Yeah.
Rubber Ducky.
All right. We'll be back. Hey, it's Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. It's Dr. Drew, David Arquette tomorrow night. Then Jamie Kennedy, probably Tuesday. Both from Scream, both in Scream 1 and now in Scream 2. And then my idol, John Hyatt, will be in here on Thursday. I will shower that night before I come in and probably shower again after John Hyatt leaves. We just got done singing Jigsaw. It's Sky High, which is one of the songs I sung after the K-Rock's Acoustic Christmas at the Fat Burger on Ventura, there where I had managed to smuggle beer. You're really winning out when at age 33 you're smuggling beer. Open beer inside of my jacket pocket in the breast pocket. Smuggled one out of the amphitheater, actually two out of the amphitheater, and then not out of the amphitheater, out of the Sheraton Universal rap party, and then, of course, over to the Fat Burger in Studio City. Playing hits from the jukebox and forcing all the other loaded people in the Fat Burger to sing along with us. Jigsaw was one we played twice, and the other one, Sherry just reminded me. We won't hear the whole song, but I got to hear just a taste of Brother Louie, because this is no more annoying song than this, especially by four drunken guys sitting around. Do you have that one, Engineer Mike? All right.
Jimmy?
Me, Jimmy. No, Cortland wasn't there. Sal, cousin Sal, wives and girlfriends. Do you have it? Yeah. Now, sounding a little like Carole King at the beginning, but it goes right into the thing. This is singing about the interracial relationship back in, what was this, Mike, 74? All right, Mike, about that. The greatest is at the end when it goes, Louie, 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 Louie. Oh, that was fun.
Yeah, that was great.
Tasted that brown sugar. I miss that as a euphemism for having sex with a black woman. We got to work that back into the pop mainstream. Yeah, songs about interracial dating. I miss that. Now everyone's got to. All anyone sings about is some sort of plight of Belfast or something. You know what I mean? Everyone's singing about, like, I don't know, Stephen Biko or something. Everyone's got to have some sort of political message or something like that. I miss the ones about interracial dating. Is this it? Oh, boy.
David.
I got to get the karaoke machine happening.
David.
Yes.
Hi there. What's up?
Is that a guy singing or a woman singing? Do you ever figure that one out? I never quite figured that out.
David.
Yes.
What can we do to help you?
I'm in an interracial relationship, and...
Oh, you are?
Yes.
Louie.
How beautifully ironic, I guess.
Right. Which one are you? Are you Louie or... see, Louie was the white one, I think.
Oh, see, I'm the black one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my mom considers my girlfriend a nice person, but she's sending mixed signals. Sometimes she, complains to me behind my back about the girl.
Complains to you behind her back?
Her back, yeah.
Yeah, basically makes fun of the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Your mom doesn't like this?
Right.
All right.
But says she does.
Well, I mean, you're 17, and so you're also probably really sensitive to everything your parents say about whatever you're dating or doing.
How old is she?
She's 15.
Ooh, that's old. What is it she says about you?
Tough 2 years in there, isn't it?
Yeah.
At 15 to 17.
Yes.
She uses fairly off-color euphemisms.
You know, like cracker and stuff?
Actually, Susie cream cheese.
Ooh, that's good. Hold on, let me write that down. That wouldn't work for a guy, though. Ronnie cream cheese? It just doesn't sound right, does it?
Yeah.
All right. So Susie cream cheese. All right. That's good. And so you're saying your mom is a bit racist?
She tries not to be, but I think it's kind of in human nature.
Yeah, that's true.
Also, I mean, I'm not going to expect her to deny, America's history or anything.
Let me give you Let me give you my take on a lot of these interracial problems when it comes to dating and youngins like yourself and Susie Cream Cheese. Is her name Susie, by the way?
No.
Oh, okay. Now it's insulting. The point, I'm guessing whatever name she has, it wouldn't go well with cream cheese. What would her name be? Lox?
Priscilla.
I'm not sure. I'd rather say on the
Okay, you don't want to say it. All right. So here's what I'm saying, David. It's not so much, or quite possibly not all that she's racist, but a lot of parents don't like whoever their kids are going out with, period.
Right.
16,
That's what
17.
I suspected. That's what I suspected.
And certainly, is your mom kind of involved in your life?
Yes, very.
Yeah, and whenever parents are real involved with their kids' lives, no matter what color they are, they seem to get a little defensive about somebody bringing another woman or male into the thing. I mean, here's your mom, you're her boy, you're her man, and all of a sudden you're
Susie Cream Cheese.
You're all whipped up about Susie Cream Cheese.
Yeah.
And she's
hypothesis.
Pardon me?
Interesting hypothesis.
Thank you.
And so she would be rather sort, as you say, what, derogatory? Was that the term?
Yeah, I think, and then I think she tends
Snide.
to. Then you pick the person's most obvious characteristic, which is that she's white. If you're black, and by the way, if you're white, then if you're black, that's the most obvious characteristic.
Of course, parents are intrusive often.
If she was black, they would have to move on to, like, if she was 20 pounds overweight, she'd be chunky cream cheese or chunky chocolate or something like that.
Yeah.
But you see what I'm saying?
And parents that are intrusive like this oftentimes are always trying to pretend like they're not being intrusive, and so they won't come up and say, "Gee, I'm really I have a problem with this. Let me tell you about it." It's like it's always got to be couched in these sort of backhanded.
Right. They're not mature enough to say, "I can feel you becoming a man. I can feel you slipping away from me."
It disturbs me, and I'm uncomfortable with the race issue, and maybe we can talk about. No, it's always just sort of. The relationship is too tight and too enmeshed for there to be that kind of identification of you as a separate person. So that's the kind of thing you're dealing with, I think.
I think what you should do, unfortunately, is be the mature one and just call her out on it. If she says, where's Susie Cream Cheese, just stop it at that point, like people do with the less mature person in the relationship.
Right.
Except for, even though you're 25 years younger than she is, you'll go ahead and be the mature person and say, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by cream cheese? Why are you saying that? I find that to be offensive, because so on and so forth.
Because if you said to her, I have a problem, do you have a problem with her? Is there some issue? They're going to go, no, I won't.
No, you know what? You don't have a sense of humor?
Yeah.
Right.
You got to pull her up short.
Funny that we were just singing about Louis being black as the night. And then David called up the interracial.
It's as though we pick these calls randomly.
All right, Drew.
I picked the call, Adam.
All right. No, I know, but we don't get that many calls in.
He's been sitting up there for an hour and a half.
Boy, you really managed to screw that up, because it hasn't been a half hour, and it hasn't been an hour and a half.
50 minutes.
All right. Sorry for nitpicking. Steve.
Adam.
Hey.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, you're 27.
Here's my deal.
Hey, Steve.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Yeah.
You into Jigsaw at all? You into Jigsaw?
That's not my style, man.
Okay. Hey, Ann, let's book Jigsaw. Get Jigsaw in here. See what they're up to.
Pumpkins in there, I'll be excited.
They're down at Loveline, I think, opening a Burger King or something. All right, Steve, what's your question?
Okay. You're probably not going to believe this, but I guess you probably heard a lot anyway. But I'm 27. I've been with my girlfriend for about 6.5 years now. We've lived together, sharing a one-bedroom for about the past 3 years. She's a virgin.
Wow.
Yeah.
How old did you say she was?
She's 25.
How much experience do you have?
Prior, I probably had 3 or 4 other partners before I met her, but that was 6 years ago.
What's your question for us?
Well, my question is, what can I do to possibly spark some interest here, or why? If she hasn't really initiated any kind of interest, is this
I mean, I guess I'm at a bit of a crossroads here because I'm trying to consider some kind of a future here, but, you know, it's like...
You're not discussing this with her?
Yeah, well, actually, before I called, we just probably had an hour and a half conversation about it.
And what is her deal?
It's a kind of a circular spiral where she, you know, says, well, I don't feel loved, and because, you know, well, you don't hug me, and you don't kiss me, you don't hold my hand. And I mean, from my perspective, I don't get excited about doing that because I know really it's not going to go anywhere past that. And that's, you know, her desire. She could probably be.
And yet you both hang in this limbo for 6 years.
Yeah.
Without moving it one way or the other, or at least getting it closer, or a higher level of understanding about where each other is. Something's up.
But there's some kind of inconsistencies because.
Yes, something's up.
Well, at the beginning, I mean, in the first year or two, I mean, we were, you know, sort of amorous, and we have had, like you know, oral, okay, on her part, so...
How much of that oral is she
it's kind of
dealt out to you?
Few and far between, but,
oh boy.
You know, it breaks the premise of, you know, penetration there, so...
Right. It's, the oral sex is really the equivalent to... The woman, it's like when a cat burglar breaks in a house and there's a dog and they take a pork chop and they throw it in the corner and the dog goes and chases it and is kind of gnawing on it for a while they're, you know, cleaning out the jewelry box. That's what that is. Eventually the dog, like, gets done with it and comes back sniffing around again. But it's certainly going to get him in and out of the house and, you know, it'll take care of him for a day.
Yeah.
All right, so Steve, because we're running out of time here, does she want to remain a virgin until she's married?
No, because that was like way back before we started dating. I asked her, is marriage a prerequisite for, you know, for sex for you? And she said no at first, but...
So that's not her issue.
Starting to feel that way, though. She's 25 years old. She's been living with a guy.
But that's not what she's telling him. She goes, I don't feel loved. If she doesn't feel loved, why doesn't she get out of the relationship?
Well, listen, we got to wrap it up, but Steve, there's definitely issues here more than her virginity, and let's just put it this way: why don't you forget all about her virginity
and find out what's really going on,
and just treat it as if you're having a problem in a relationship, and get to the bottom of it. There's going to be some therapy. It's going to be some stuff like that. There's some issues here. Anyone who's 25 and not doing it for religious reasons has issues.
Well, but it's not even that, though.
Okay,
it's not that.
Okay,
it's a vague stuff. It's circular, and she's avoiding. They can't understand it.
Issues. Let's go listen to more Jigsaw on the next one. Oh, nothing like a good live song by UFO. All right. Hey. Toto. Hey. I want to thank you all for joining us tonight. I want to thank the beautiful Lisa and the lovely Sherry, and of course, the one producer Ann, for making tonight a fun show. I want to thank our guests at Jigsaw for coming in here tonight, and I want to thank the One Nut Wonder engineer Mike for bringing his 70s collection in for us to have a good time with. Cue up Driver's Seat. Would you there? Oh yeah, yeah. Come on, Drew. Tell me you're not hip to this one.
Oh, it sounds familiar. Wait a minute.
Whoa. Oh, come on, Drew.
Don't remember.
And come what may.
Must have been when I entered the time capsule.
All right, we're going to get out of here, but keep driver's seat going because I'm going to force it into Drew. He doesn't get to leave until he admits he remembers this one. Until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
This has been Loveline. The opinions expressed herein are certainly opinions, that's for sure. If you'd like a written transcript of today's program, you probably should have written it down yourself. And if you did, we'd like a copy. Loveline producer and